sports news now, and a massive law enforcement bust coordinated by agencies around the world has led to the seizure of tons of illegal steroid powder, millions of counterfeit drugs, and the closure of underground laboratories that produced performance-enhancing drugs for athletes. The security agency Europol is calling it the largest series of raids of its kind. Let's turn to Hajo Seppelt, a doping expert and journalist who's broken a number of stories of global reach on the topic of performance-enhancing drugs. Good to see you, Hajo. So how widespread was this?
It was, from my point of view, the most widespread action which has ever been taken place by police authorities. For example, Europol, who was organizing this on behalf of the authorities, but the World Anti-Doping Agency was also involved. They cooperated with the authorities. So indeed, it is really a really big thing which happened here, but we have also to be honest and to be clear, this is not the first raid which has been taking place. I remember, for example, the 2008 Olympics in Beijing in China. At that point, also a raid of a similar kind has been taking place.
As you mentioned, Hajo, the World Anti-Doping Agency was also involved. It begs the question, who were these performance-enhancing drugs meant for?
Not easy to say, but I assume this is more for recreational sports and not so much for high-performance sports. Usually, most of the drugs, anabolic steroids on the market are determined or are for athletes which are, for example, in fitness studios or bodybuilders or doing kind of power sports, but not in competitions, not so much at least. There are always some which use them also for competitions in high-performance sports, but this is more or less an exception. At least that is the usual experience I have made.
It seems that public bodies, like the police, are getting more involved in cleaning up sport. Hajo, what does it look like to you?
That shows us that doping controls in sports, I wouldn't say don't make any sense, but at least they are not very helpful to understand the whole extent of doping in sports in general. We need investigation, we need police authorities, we need prosecutors, state prosecutors who are dealing with this kind of matters. Otherwise, we will face another big issue, another problem in the future. As I told you already in 2008, this kind of raid has been taking place. Now we are in 2019, and we see that obviously there's a big black market in place all over the world with doping substances, particularly with anabolic steroids. So this raises the questions: were the efforts been really been successful in the past? And I have my doubts.
Okay, so a massive global raid, Europol calling it the largest ever of its kind. But what impact will it have on cheaters in global sport, Hajo?
I'm not that sure that it will have really much impact, because, as I said, we have that raids already. We had them in the past. We have doping tests, a lot of doping tests. We had retests from the Olympics. Just have in mind that there have been a lot of positive tests, retests from the 2008 Olympics, but these tests have been analyzed in 2016 or 15, and this didn't help, obviously, to get sport clean, because people try always to manipulate in a way. That's at least my feeling after all the experience I made as a journalist on that field.
Okay, journalist and doping expert Hajo Seppelt, thank you.
Thank you.